Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to What's the Damage, The first WTD question mark of 2022 on my channel. And before I get into today's topic, guys, let me address something, okay? You see, there comes a moment in a YouTuber's life, whether they're big or small, famous or unknown, there comes a time when the wind feels so good that you don't even want to record videos. Oh God. Oh, that breeze feels nice. There comes a time in every YouTuber's career, as many will be able to attest to, where you just start to run out of ideas. You have to constantly recycle certain things or take inspiration from others or even redo certain videos of yours that you didn't like the first time. And that has never been more evident on this channel here than with this video here, because by my count, this is the third time that I'm going to be touching on this topic in this video wearing the same damn clothes also, more or less, This is the third iteration of Piracy on my channel here, I also did not like the way it came out the last time, so I'm going to be doing it again. Hopefully this is the last time I will not have to be remaking this, because at this point I'm starting to feel like it's, I don't know, the Amityville Horror or something else in Hollywood that's had multiple different remakes, I don't know. Halloween, there's been like 30 Halloweens already, but anyway, I'm gonna be complaining and ranting about why I think piracy is for deadbeats, it's just for losers, it's dumb, it should be forbidden, illegal, whatever the hell the title of this video is even gonna be at this point, I don't know yet, okay? Here's the thing, guys, let me address something here also. I think I've used the word address twice already. I grew up in the United States, so for many years, piracy was considered against the law back then. I don't know if it still is today, but back then it was a federal crime. I think you could even go to jail for it, Even though in my opinion, I think that the government of any country should focus more on, for example, things like corruption than, people who run file sharing websites, but that's beyond the point. That's not even my problem right there, But I have always grown up with this thing in my head that, piracy is wrong in any context. It's against the law. You shouldn't do it, because it hurts the economy, this and that, a whole bunch of other reasons why I used to practice piracy very little. When I was a teenager, I'm guilty of this, okay? Arrest me if you will. I know my rights, I have the right to remain silent, and, anything I say can and will be used against me, whatever the hell you want to hit me with, When I was a kid, I used to download songs from LimeWire with my friends, and put them on our iPods, so that was piracy. We never paid for the music that we listened to, but I was a kid, As I got older, I started to realize how bad piracy can really be, especially now that I'm living in a country, Brazil, that practices piracy a bit too much, in my opinion, Brazilians do not want to pay for anything, That's just like, it's not even like generalizing. We're talking about the vast majority of people who do practice piracy in this country, I have friends who do it, And it's not that I judge them as being wrong, although I think the act itself of piracy is wrong, but then again, if you think it's your right to enjoy something that you can't afford, then by all means go ahead and do it, but it actually really hurts the economy of a country. Let me try to explain a little bit better how that works. I realize, I'm aware that a small group of people practicing piracy isn't going to be that detrimental in the long run, but what about millions and millions of people in a country? Whenever you pirate something, be it a TV show, a movie, a game, or even doing something online without actually paying for it directly, you are actually taking away money from the creator of that product, So a few dozen people doing it isn't really going to matter, but what if like 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 people decide to pirate a certain movie? Instead of going to the movie theaters to watch it or, sign up for a streaming service to watch it at home, they just go online on one of those file sharing websites and just watch the movie there and close it when they're done. You did not pay a single cent, There was nothing there that came out of your pocket, and so you took money away from the creator of that merchandise, Now, a movie studio, like what, I don't know, Marvel, Paramount, Universal, yeah, you might argue that they are actually kind of swimming in cash already, but if they invest $50 million to make a movie, and then it has like a return of about 30 million or so, that was money lost for them, I'm not sure it will ever get to this point, but if enough people pirate something around the world, then it will take a significant chunk out of what the movie should have grossed, you know? So there's something in movie making called return on investment, which essentially if you invest that same $50 million from before and the movie ends up grossing $200 million, okay, so you spent $50 million, but you not only got that $50 million back, but an additional $150, you know? That's how making movies works, you know? So if you invest in something and then your budget is X, but then you get a return of less than that, then it wasn't worth it for you to make the project, you know? And that's what happens when you pirate something, you know? You are refusing to give money to the creator of the thing that you want to watch, you know? God, that wind feels so good. Hold on, give me a second. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys can hear it, if it's affecting the audio. I hope not, and I need the window open today because it's hot as hell. But okay, hopefully it didn't come out, but if it did, it's gone now. So anyway, it's kind of funny because you claim to like something, you are a big fan of a TV show or a movie or an actor or a musician, you know, and you listen to them, you watch them, you consume as much entertainment as possible, but you refuse to pay money that would actually help them, you know? Spotify is a good example. Before you call me a hypocrite, I use Spotify. I'm aware it's just a preference of mine, and it does help the artist, although it is very little because the record companies, they take really fat royalties from Spotify revenue, you know. So at the end of the day, the artists like barely see like, you know, just a few dollars, you know. There's this one guy called Philip LaCanto, I forgot his last name, but he's the vocalist for the band All That Remains. He once said on Twitter that he doesn't make enough off of Spotify to pay for a Spotify account, and this isn't really far from the truth, man. You know, a lot of artists have complained about this, you know. So if you really want to support a musician, you know, actually buy physical CDs, buy their merchandise, their shirts or whatever, anything else that they wear, that their clothing that they sell, you know, go to the shows, pay for the tickets, you know. This helps them a lot more. Spotify is more convenient for me, you know. Sometimes I try to do what I can on YouTube, record videos reviewing stuff, you know, try to maybe get more people to go and listen to them and check them out. That does help a lot, even though my circle of influence is tiny, but that's just what I do, man, you know. Movies, you know, I have Netflix, I don't pay for it, I use my cousin's account, but it's not piracy, he lets me use it, you know, so I'm saving money, but I'm still consuming something, you know. Xbox Game Pass, I pay for it monthly, you know, instead of buying pirated games, you know. I want to support the things that I like the wind that's blowing in right now. I'm sorry if there's a little bit of audio interference, guys. I'm sorry, but I need this window open. I really need it open today, or else I'm gonna melt in here, you know. So I want to support the game developers, the movie studios, you know, everything that I consume. I want them to still be active, so that's why I always pay money to keep just, you know, also the economy going. You know what I mean? The economy has to keep flowing, man. Also, economy. Let's talk about that while we're on the topic, shall we? If way too many people, and we're talking like millions or tens of millions, if millions or tens of millions of people practice piracy in a country, do you really think this isn't going to affect the economy in some way? You know, do you really think that people are going to refuse to pay for something or pay for a much less inferior version of it, you know, that you find in the street? Do you think that this isn't going to do anything to the economy? It's not going to affect the stores that actually need you to buy the electronics or whatever the hell items that they sell, you know? I agree that in this country, you know, in Brazil, things are way unfairly expensive. I get that, you know, because of the taxes, you know, and some things really truly are not worth buying here. I can understand that, but I honestly respect much more the person who goes overseas to buy something than the one that buys a pirated version here, you know. And it's like games, movies, you know, a lot of other things as well. Even clothes, you can buy them, you know, at a discount. It's somewhere that's a lot cheaper. And honestly, this will eventually hurt the economy, because if people aren't spending money, you know, or spending a lot less of it, then how the hell is the country gonna, maybe I'm just too old-fashioned, you know, maybe I enjoy being a law-abiding citizen. I contribute to society, you know, I do everything that I need to do, man. I pay my taxes. Actually, I don't even think I pay taxes, because I make under 30,000 a year, and in this country, that's like, well, the little thingies that I need to pay, I always do, you know. I pay my bills on time, and I don't do anything pirated, so I guess maybe I'm old-fashioned this way, you know. It's not wrong to be different. Okay, I think it's wrong, you know, and honestly, I mean, dude, look, just don't be a cheapskate, okay? Yeah, throughout my entire life, whenever I've wanted something, after I've gotten older, I just started to save up money and eventually buy it, you know? Back when I was living in Rio, all of my friends had pirated PlayStation 2s. I was the only one who had an original PS2 that came from the United States, you know? Everybody would week in and week out buy a bunch of pirated games that they would have to buy again because they would stop working, and everybody would come over to my house to play because I bought the one game that took a lot longer to save up for, but it was original, completely unpirated, so it would last for years, you know? That's just how it is. And, you know, I mean, try to imagine if you're always somebody who's taking shortcuts and don't want to pay for streaming services, this and that. I mean, think of the example you're giving your kids, man, if you have any. You know, like they're not going to really value like society's standards, you know, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm expressing myself correctly, you know? Then again, I play by the rules. If you are somebody who practices piracy, then you are obviously going to disagree, you know? Feel free to give your justifications below, but I already know what they're going to be. Something to the degree of, oh, but I can't afford this, and I think I have the right to consume media, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I mean, dude, like, honestly, it doesn't make sense, man. You know, if you really want something, just get a job, work hard, and save up money. Even if it takes a while, you will get there, you know? Piracy hurts you because you're going to get a much inferior version of the product that you originally wanted. It's going to hurt the economy because you're spending less money. It's going to hurt the creators, you know, be it the musicians, the movie studios, the game developers. Everybody loses because they're going to be making less money. To put this into perspective, try to put yourself in their shoes right now as you're watching this video. Visualize you being, for example, a game developer, and you spend years of your life, you and your team, putting together a really great game, and then after years of investing your own money, so many hours of work put into it, you finally release it to the public, you know, and instead of buying the game for the price that you asked for, that you feel you deserve, people are just pirating it, you know? They're waiting for somebody to burn it into a DVD, and they're paying for a much cheaper, or not even at all. They're getting it for free, and you're not seeing a single cent from that. Do you think that's fair? Because if you do, just to justify your opinion of being a deadbeat, honestly, you're an idiot. Guys, look, if you really stop to think about it, nobody wins with piracy, you know? You think you're winning because you're getting something that you think is good for a discount price, but it's never the original item, you know? Obviously, people who practice piracy will always justify and say that it's the exact same game, it's the exact same movie, the exact same quality. It never freaking is, you know? I'm aware that today there are websites dedicated to, you know, uploading HD movies illegally, TV shows, you know? And honestly, dude, that doesn't contribute to anything, you know? And it just doesn't really feel good. You know, thinking about doing that does not make me feel good at all, you know. I prefer to rent, you know, or go to the cinema to have the experience. Or if somebody has the streaming service that I want, I ask if I can borrow, if I can use it for a while, if they can lend it to me like my cousin does with Netflix, you know. It just feels a lot better that way. It makes the world go round, you know. It just feels so much better actually playing by the rules and spending money that will eventually, you know, go into society and taxes and the economy and things of the sort, you know. I mean, it just feels much better that way. It feels better to go to a supermarket and actually buy products there and contribute to that economy than buying it in the street, you know. It might help the person who's the street vendor, of course, but I mean, if you only buy things from street stalls, I mean, what the hell? How can you complain about the economy of your country, you know? Brazilians love to complain about everything, you know, and they're a bunch of dumbasses, and I know that I am also Brazilian, but I don't include myself in this idiocy here, you know. They are the kind of people who complain and protest, and then they go and do the thing that they were protesting about, you know. It's really, really stupid. I might address that in another video, just dissing my own people, but it's weird, man, because the people here complain about the economy, how it's going into the ground, it's getting worse, that things are expensive, and they contribute to that. They don't buy things the way they should. They buy pirated items, they buy things in the street instead of supermarkets, you know. They buy clothes in little stores that aren't registered, or no. They buy clothes in, like, for example, clothing stalls in the street than actual, you know, in the mall or actual stores, you know. And then they complain that the economy sucks, you know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Instead of streaming something, you know, they watch it online. It just doesn't make sense, man. I have never met such a bigger collective group of cheapskates in my life. Good lord. But anyway, I honestly think that's it, guys. After covering this topic 3 times now, you know, I think I'm fresh out of ways to express my opinion about this. You know, I hate piracy. I hate people who do it. It's not against the law in this country here, but it really should be punishable by time in freaking jail. And I think that's it, man. I am wearing the same exact shirt and even the necklace that I was the last time I did this video. The background has changed, the format, the editing, the recording, just everything is different. So hopefully this is gonna be the last time. Why am I drooling so much? The last time that I'm gonna have to record this video. I'm done. I can't take it anymore, man. I'm gonna have to eventually do a pirated version of this video if I have to redo it again. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. If you're somebody who does piracy, go ahead and share your opinion, but I already know what it's gonna be. You know, you can't afford the original thing, so you just wanna cut corners, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a crap. But let me know anyway. You know, keep this video momentum going. If you happen to like this video, whether or not you agree or disagree with me, go ahead and give it a like and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And also while you're at it, go ahead and hit the notification bell too to know exactly what time I upload because it's all good. Videos every single day on the Chazzy channel. That's it for now, guys. This is Chazzy signing out for now. Oh my god, my blood pressure. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Roll the original non-pirated outro screen.